Alright, and welcome back to the channel, everybody, and I hope you're doing fine. So yesterday, Crytek dropped a new video about their upcoming new user interface. Now, we did already a similar video yesterday where we talked about, well, the tool teaser, which basically we know by now that it's Spear, and today we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna show you the video and we're gonna talk about it. They have a few things hidden in there, and let's see if we can find all of them, if not most of them. And with that, I would say, here we go. Alright, here we go. Developer update.
Hi, I'm David Fifield, the
Yeah,
general
I think we
manager
all
for the
know
Hunt
David
franchise.
by now.
Today we're going to run you through some highlights of our new user interface.
Nice. Why the change? I think it's kind of obvious. The current user interface is not that
Overall,
great.
we are always striving to improve based on community sentiment, survey results, engagement data, and our own long hours of play.
I think this is something that is worth mentioning because a lot of people always claim that the Hunt Showdown people are not actually playing their own game. They do. I know games where the devs do not play their own game, and it's horrible. Sure, some developers play in a very unique play style, but they are still playing their own game. And I hope that everybody out there is always filling out the survey after the events or other big patches, because otherwise, without feedback, yeah, they can't really work with that. Let's continue with this though.
To put it plainly, our old system grew in incremental steps out of short-term necessity and rapid update, repair, and repeat cycles.
I think this is very important to mention as well. Back in the days, now Hunt Showdown is over 6 years old, right? Back in the days, there were like no legendary skins and stuff like that, and it just grew. So back in the days, the user interface was, let's say, sufficient, but it was never meant to be handling all these kind of skins and legendary hunters and DLCs and multiple variants and weapons. Sure, they had already a rework for this, or let's say an upgrade. I wouldn't call it a complete rework because it would look a little bit more. But I'm really glad they're taking the step to finally improve the user interface. Well, let's see if it's actually an improvement.
Time, it's become less intuitive and more complicated and overwhelming for new players to engage and learn. Redundant pages and scattered frameworks changing from one screen to the next have been showing their age for a
Okay,
while.
sorry that I have to stop here again. But honestly, this is something that I'm preaching since forever. Why are the tiles for the trades so huge? Like, you have at best, you have 9 on your screen. If you want to see the full art, it's 6. You cannot favor trades, you cannot favor the hunters and everything like that. Going through the legendary hunters, it's a drag, it's a pain. So I hope they will address this in this video.
The need to streamline that process into something that feels easier and more natural to navigate was important to us. We are committed to creating an experience that is accessible and more intuitive for all our players across PC and console platforms. Since Hunt Showdown was originally designed for and launched on PC, there have been clear challenges in place from the beginning for console players. Addressing these issues has been the biggest goal of the overhaul.
Okay, let's talk really quick about console people, right? I'm not somebody PC, master race, and F all the console people, you're not worth it anyway. Not true, but this is something that I would like to see split. They probably can't do that, but even balance patches, you need different balance patches for PC players compared to console players. Just look at, I don't know, dual wielding, fanning, explosive ammo, explosive crossbow, or even a bomb lance. Totally different playstyle, or totally, well, let's say, they're way more effective on console compared to PC. With the user interface, I agree, it's probably not that easy to handle that controller. But I would in general, there we go, like to see a difference between PC and console. It will most likely never happen, because then you have to do different patches and stuff like that, which is even more workload for the team. But one can dream. Am I right?
Another important point was to remove or pause features that have not added enough value to make room for reworks and new functionality. Crafting a scalable UI framework that facilitates growth with consistent control and navigation.
Alright, another thing that I'm really happy to hear here. They added the quests, and the quests did not work, because they did not make money for Hunt Showdown. Let's just say it how it is, okay? The events, they work, they make money for the game. It has to make money, because otherwise you cannot have a live service game. Then they just release the game and be done with it, am I right? The quests, they probably do not have the time to make new quests and then at the same time work on DLCs, work on the events, work on patches, work on whatever, right? So I'm really happy that they're getting rid of the stuff that is not really necessary. Same with the trials. Yeah, I know, there are people now in the comment section, no, I played the trials and blah, blah, blah. The majority of the player base plays the trials once and then never touches it again. Maybe for some warming up. Alright, fair enough. Add moving targets to the shooting range, do your warm-up over there. Alright, trials, waste of time, waste of resources. And it's okay, I'm not blaming Hunt Showdown. Sometimes you have to try new things and then you realize, well, it's actually not that great. It happens. And I think it's important to realize at one point and to admit, okay, we tried something, it's not working, we're gonna remove it, and we're gonna focus on something else.
To better service the console player base, we prioritized a minimalist approach. Key screens are built on proven and tested patterns from other cross-platform apps and products. This new version offers a more consistent navigation experience and better information architecture. Overall, the most important change has been the removal of the console cursor. Directional pad navigation replaces the stick-driven cursor of the old UI. You are now able to navigate the entirety of all available options with the up, down, left, and right buttons or directional keys.
I mean, honestly, that is just good. Okay? The cursor, it's so weird. Honestly, it's not fast. And now you just go with up, down, left, right, and you navigate through it, and it's gonna be fine. I have to admit, the UI, and yes, PC players will get the same UI, looks very console-ish, and I didn't try the new UI myself yet. But I don't mind it right now. There will probably be hotkeys for faster navigation anyway. We must give this a chance. Please do not complain already and say Hunt Showdown that, because, well, we have Necromancer now anyway. Give it a fair chance. Whenever there is change in Hunt Showdown, people lose their shit. Sometimes it's justified, sometimes it's not. So this time I really would ask you guys kindly to have a look at it. It's fair if you want to criticize this because you think something is not good. Do it in a respectful manner. Do not go in the comment section and go whine, 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 everything sucks, Hunt that. I had enough of this.
We've also added an actions menu tray so that controller players have access to shortcuts and actions more readily without a need to point and click. PC players can use directional keys, shortcuts, or just use the cursor and mouse click to access whatever components they want.
Okay, then a short break, very quick, right here. What is important, so this is now the new overview basically, and what I like is the traits are in the small grid. The loadout is tiny. I like it, but this will need some time to get used to. And now, because I saw a lot of people already complain about this, at the bottom you have your hunter recruitment page, and you can see the arrows left and right. No, there's also a grid view. You can see that bottom left side, you can switch to a grid view, and then you should see all hunters that you can recruit on one screen. Alright, let's keep going from here because there's more.
Additionally, we're refining the visual presentation to better showcase hunters' gear and
This might just be because I never touched this and never played with this, but this looks really noisy and crowdy, honestly.
As mentioned before, part of the process of this rebuild was to identify which features should be removed, not just from the interface, but from the product altogether. The first to discuss
I mean, we talked about this already,
which have already been paused since the spring of last year. While promising at first, they were too expensive to maintain and trailed off into dormancy in favor of events and battle passes. Experiments are being considered for smaller challenges and chase items to run in parallel or between events, but we will not be returning to the old quest layout or systems. The second is the entire library tab, which includes the monster and weapon books along with mastery tracking systems. We are working on replacement systems for progress tracking or rewards related to weapons and monsters, but those will not be online for the August launch.
What? Okay, I mean, I find this kind of massive, right? The manual, I don't know if you ever opened that, but that is actually useful for new players. And the tracking and with the challenges, with the book of weapons, yeah, I'm kind of surprised that they get rid of this without having a replacement. I hope they will bring a replacement soon-ish, because maybe you never touched it, but the lore that is in the book of weapons is kind of thick, honestly. There is a lot, and now you don't have it anymore. So I hope that this will come soon. And then I hope it comes faster than the moving targets. I think they promised us once, ages ago, for the shooting range. But okay, let's continue here.
The next feature being removed from both the UI and the entire product is Trials Mode. Over the years, Trials Mode has seen very low engagement rates. And
I wonder what's going to happen though with the legendary rewards that are in the Trials. You can probably buy them with BBs then, I guess?
The rewards for cosmetics and blood bonds that exist in Trials Mode are being reassigned to other progression-based challenges, such as Prestige or other challenges yet to be revealed. Last on the cut list is the Black Market feature. While the Black Market provided some interesting alternatives to acquire deeply discounted
real quick here. Black Market, most of you probably don't even know that it exists, or probably can't remember the last time you opened it. The Black Market is actually pretty cool because you can buy a lot of legendary skins with a hefty discount. And if you have that skin already, you get a hefty discount in $100 on the product. So I have to admit, I didn't use it much either, but it is kind of nice. And I wonder if they will bring something back that is maybe a little bit different, because in general, I think the main issue the Black Market has, it's too hidden. And on top of that, it's hard to realize or get notified whenever the Black Market refreshes.
It has been found to be too confusing and more of a bother than a quality feature. In its place, we will simply put more items on discount through the direct store page, which can be more easily found by filtering for discounts without the added gate of a sequential list. Now let's dive into some of the new features that you can look forward to. To start, we've simplified hunter recruitment and roster management based on volumes of player feedback. The recruitment process itself is being more unified with a clear choice to either recruit a free hunter with a single trait and some basic contraband weapons, or pay 100 hunt dollars to hire a more veteran hunter with 3 traits and no weapons.
Okay, before we continue here, let's stop here. I am kind of... So this is the grid view that I mentioned earlier. Let me just go a few frames back here so I see it again. But what kind of rubs me the wrong way with these free hunters is you kind of have to click on them to see the loader tools and consumables and traits. Right now, you have that on one screen. This is a downgrade. I'm not happy with this, and I hope they will find a way to display everything. They probably won't. Honestly, if it's just the free hunters, maybe give each hunter one part of the screen, a vertical part, and nobody needs to see the hunter, honestly. And that takes a lot of space on the screen. On the other hand, is it a big deal? How often do you play free hunters? I mean, some of you do that because you enjoy it. I get it. But I can't remember the last time I actually played a free hunter. But this so far is actually a downgrade, I would say. Let's continue.
With a clear choice to either recruit a free hunter with a single trait and some basic contraband weapons, or pay 100 hunt dollars to hire a more veteran hunter with 3 traits and no weapons.
Okay, so first of all, what I absolutely love here is you can favor hunter. Alright? So legendary hunters become basically normal hunters in terms of recruitment. And you can see that they are now mixed with tier 1s, tier 2s, tier 3s. And yes, there are some new legendary hunters in there that we didn't see before. But let's continue for now. I like this, honestly. And it looks overwhelming right now. But most of the hunters you don't play anyway, right? And now you can favor them, and then you recruit them. And then you might have a line of, I don't know, 20 hunters or something like that. And that will be nice. Because scrolling through the legendary hunters... Not a fan.
Most of hunter skins previously recruited at tier 2 or 3, and many new and reworked versions are now being given bespoke names and will function in the same way current legendary hunters do.
Okay, so the next thing here is, again, we see a lot of new hunters that we've never seen before. So they're already teasing / leaking. I wouldn't call it leaking because they're doing this on purpose, right? Hunters that will come in the near future, and I like this. So I think the icons stand for maybe event specific. They are DLCs, the other ones are BBs, some you own already, some you don't. I'm not 100% sure about the legacy of all the icons, but we will probably get a list of that, or in-game you can probably look it up.
These newly named and updated hunters can be unlocked for recruitment via bloodline and prestige rewards, specific challenges, and blood bond purchase.
Since we're talking here about specific challenges, this is something that Hunt Showdown is severely missing. Unlocking skins by doing something in the game. Get 1,000 headshots and you get a nice Mosin sniper skin. Stuff like that. Kill 1,000 people with the combat axe, you get a specific combat axe skin. Kill 1,000 people with a crossbow, you get a specific... You get the idea. You can tweak the numbers, it can be more, it can be less. You can have like a skin at 5,000 and 10,000 kills or something like that. That would be great, and we don't have that in the game right now. Prestige rewards, yeah, alright. I mean, I'm always complaining the prestige system kind of sucks, and I'm prestige 50 and I stopped there because going another 50 prestige levels just for one skin is not effing worth it, right? So maybe I have to prestige now. Next Twitch Drops event, whenever that's gonna be, we're gonna start prestiging again, probably.
Once unlocked, they can be hired and rehired for hunt dollars with the same systems in place for the current legendary hunters, which are being reclassified as just hunters with varying degrees of rarity.
Okay, that
and
is
visual
nice
complexity.
because you close the gap
UI
between legendaries and regular
simple
hunters.
Carousel and grid view, which allows for 39 hunters to be shown at the same time, as well as scrolling for larger rosters.
There are so
traits
many
menu
skins
has
right
been
now.
improved by allowing
Awesome.
more traits to be visible
Traits.
in a
Let's have a
grid
look
view.
at that. You can favor some. You can filter them. Top right, you have the grid for your hunter traits. I like this. There are some new traits all the way to the right in the middle. I don't think we've seen that one before. Maybe it's an event perk. There are a couple more here, but I'll let you do a little bit of digging here. But this is a huge plus, because you just hover over the icon and then it tells you what it's doing, and at one point you will know it anyway.
With all trait icons now consistently displayed with the option of favoriting your preferred traits. Some new mechanics and a glossary are being developed to better explain classification of traits such as burn traits and scarce traits. Dennis will be back in another video with more details on these in the coming weeks. As mentioned earlier, the long requested filter for favoriting is being carried across more menus. This greatly speeds up finding and selecting your favorite hunters, traits, gear, and loadouts quickly.
I mean, absolutely.
Our new store will make browsing for new cosmetics smoother.
Talk about this real quick. We can here now see that the upper mat is now the Lamette Haymaker, if I see this correctly here. And you know what is crazy with this one? Let me get this frame right here. There we go. It deals 122 damage again. I am confused because the upper mat finally was viable because it dealt over 125. Sure, the flare gun is strong in it, but I will just go back to uppercut then, or uppercut precision, and play with a flare gun. Why do that? Finally, something else besides uppercut was playable as a mid slot, and I don't get it. I don't get it. This is slightly disappointment. They probably have the data and pick rate and whatnot, but this right there, it goes probably down the drain again, and almost nobody is gonna play it again. That's kind of sad.
Quickly. Our new store will make browsing for new cosmetics smoother, with neatly contained sections and filters so that you can find what you're looking for more quickly.
Yeah, alright.
For added convenience, our new Actions menu flyout provides quick access to critical features for both PC and console players. It reduces the number of clicks and button pushes needed to get where you're wanting to go or take actions on
I mean, the issue
selected
is
items.
you
Great
can't
care has been
really
taken to
judge
enhance
this
the visual
just by the looks
design,
of it.
highlighting the game's art and reducing overall UI complexity.
So we will have to light it first and then have a look.
And lastly for today, we've implemented a new health bar respec. Since we removed any blood bond cost to respec the health bars, the feature has been used exponentially more often. The clear pain point,
I mean, that's not really a big surprise now, is it?
As you respect them has been corrected. The further common request of being able to just pre-configure them for all recruited hunters is not yet available, but is being considered for the future.
I'm disappointed. We get a new UI, and that's not in the game. I'm gonna be honest here. The reason why I'm so disappointed is 2 reasons actually. First one, it took them forever to get these changes done. So we're gonna wait probably another 1 or 2 years just for that. I hope I'm wrong. Crytek, prove me wrong. Challenge you. I dare you. And the second thing is, and that's the more shocking it, they're considering it. If you say you're considering something, there's a little bit of company speech, company language. Yeah, we're not gonna do it. Again, challenging Crytek, please add this. Prove me wrong. I'm happy to be wrong here. This is so goddamn annoying that we have to respec every time when we don't have the right role from the start. I can't remember the last time I did not play with 4 small bars. It's a waste of time. You want to reduce the complexity? Do that. Maybe they're saving it for a future update. Then why do they say they're considering it? Not a fan. Grumpy Mike. I think that's it, right?
We can't wait for you all to experience the new UI for yourselves. We sincerely hope it is a substantial improvement, especially for our console players who've long endured the awkwardness of driving a cursor with a gamepad controller. We've got plenty more new information to share in the coming weeks, so keep an eye out for more video and social channel updates.
Okay, and that's it. Okay, first of all, I want to say thank you, even though I bitched a little bit, that they keep their promise, that they will do a lot of these teaser and info videos. It's nice. It keeps the game alive. People talk about it, and it's great. A few things that I would like to talk about before we end this video. The first thing, yes, I saw the spear at the beginning, so you can see it. It's gonna be a spear. I'm just glad that I released my video before they showed that video, and yeah, that was great. The next thing is, I saw a few people yesterday complain during the stream that, oh my god, we're tweaking everything for console and blah blah blah, and I'm a PC player and I have to suffer under these console plebs. Get a grip. That's the first thing I'm gonna say. Second, doesn't look too bad. I agree though. Yes, that does absolutely look like a console user interface. But again, if I have my shortcuts and then I just click it, where's the difference to clicking these tiles compared to clicking the tabs that we do right now? So give console people a little bit of love. Looking forward to that soon. Mid of August. Time flies anyway. We're gonna get it very, very soon. And with that, I wish you a nice day. Boy, 2 analysis/discussion videos in 2 days. So I hope that I have I will have a gameplay video for the weekend. Most likely. I have a kid's birthday party coming up though, so that will take a little bit of time. No promise then. Well, here we go. But people who would deserve it, well, you all deserve it. But these people here, they totally deserve this. My patrons. Thank you very much for supporting me over on Patreon. You guys, as always, are simply the best. Love you guys, and you're much appreciated. Thank you for watching. I hope Crytek keeps it up with these info dumps. I absolutely love them. Analyzing them with the community or making these short videos about it. It's awesome. I see you in the next one. Until then, have a good day and bye-bye.